What's up guys, I'm Silverwolf and this is kind of a part 2 to my common Furby bug glitches and fixes video that I did quite a while ago. Someone on my channel had pointed something out that was quite an interesting little bug that the Furby Boom has, so I'll read their comment in a minute, as well as also talk you through a few of the other common glitches that your Furby may come across. As I have said, and I'll link the other video in the at the end of this one, the best fix for anything is reset. Just reset the Furby. A hard reset is the best way, and that is turn the Furby upside down, press down on his tongue, press the reset button, which can be found, of these two here, can be found under the battery cover, and the regular little 90s Furby, it's just on the bottom. That is the best way to fix most bugs and glitches with Furbies. Now, starting from the 90s Furby, so it can have various different issues with it. Most notably, the eyes and mouth movements can be reversed. Well, a hard reset should fix that. Sometimes it doesn't. Now, some of these fixes could be internal. It could basically be that there is an issue with the electronics inside the Furby, something has come unsoldered or something like that. I'm not an electrician. I don't know anything about that, so when people come to me and they say, oh, my Furby's got a problem, I'll say fresh batteries, hard reset, because that is literally the best way for most of the stuff to fix it. I've had issues that have been really weird with Furbies, and the hard reset has done it. I do have a video in my Furby playlist about my Silverwolf custom Furby 2012 when she had an issue, and I ended up resetting her and absolutely fine. So that's the best way to do it. So you've got the reversed eye and mouth movements on the 90s Furby. To be fair, the 90s Furbies are fairly stable. Then of course you've got the me sleep again issue, which is a common one. But if you shake the Furby, turn it upside down, press down on the tongue, give it a good shake, and then let go of the tongue and turn it back up the right way, it should wake up and stay awake. The me sleep again thing is really common, and it's basically that it's just been asleep for quite a long time, or it's just the glitch that they have. I'm not sure if the Furby babies have that, but the adults certainly do. Another common glitch with the 90s Furbies is that they just won't wake up. If you've had your 90s Furby asleep and not played with for a long time, it won't wake up. So the best way to fix this is to turn it upside down, shake it, and give it a good whack on its bottom. I know it sounds ridiculous, but yeah, just give it a good old slap on its bum and you should be able to jam the gears back into working again. You should sort of shift them, because it's just, they kind of, I guess they just clog up. They're probably oiled or something, and with age that becomes sticky, and so they just don't wake up or do anything. And so that's, you know, another thing. If its voice starts becoming slow, or if it starts being distorted, fresh batteries, you know, batteries are better than they used to be when the 90s Furby came out, so you know, you can get them higher powered now. The some people can get on with the rechargeable AA batteries. I found that they don't really work as well, because of course they discharge, I think, faster than normal batteries, but other people find they work, so it's whatever works for you. If you find it's cheaper on batteries to use rechargeables and they work well, then by all means do so. But if you find that they don't work, just use regular batteries. And again, the Furby's batteries will go down faster the more you interact with it, the more you have it on. Now, I've missed out the Furby 2005. Basically, the Furby 2005 and the Funky Furby 2006, the biggest issue with them is not so much internal, but external. They can lose their voices and stuff like that. And sometimes it's electronics, and other times it's just them. But the biggest problem with those is that the battery cover will snap, and it's just poor design. Basically, you can buy replacement battery covers if you look hard enough on the internet. I've got a friend who used to do 3D printed ones, but don't anymore. But I think they may have actually put up the program so that you can 3D print your own. I think there might be something up around, you know, the 3D print design, so you can do your own, but I'm not really sure. So, but if you look around the internet, you should be able to find a replacement cover. It's just poor design. The Furby Boom, and for the Furby Boom, I will actually read this person's their comment. I've got it here, and basically with the LED eyes and stuff, a little bit more can go wrong with the Furby Boom than just the 90s Furby. So this is Mr. Sean Mead, and this is the comment. So I have a request. You should talk about bugs in Furbies. I know you did one before, but you missed several details. You should definitely do a sequel to this video. Also in the Furby Boom, the feisty personality is not programmed correctly. It has tons of glitches. So like if you name the Furby Boom with the app, it will say its name in the feisty personality. One of the glitches it has is that it will say its name and then say love it not. Then sometimes the eyes will turn into lines, and the only way fixing it is taking a battery out or resetting it. Sometimes the eyes go black, sometimes the eyes freeze, sometimes the feisty personality even gets mixed up with other personalities, so it will say its name and then say love it not. Then it will randomly switch to another personality for a split second. Sometimes even the voice can act like it's in a different personality. In fact, those glitches are quite creepy to me. Or on the 1998 Furbies. They wake up on their own, they glitch out very easily, sometimes they even wake up in the middle of the night making the circuit bending noise. This is because they have unstable PCBs. In fact, I think that's PCBs. I'm not an electrician. In fact, some of the smaller PCBs connected to the main board are leaning. I've had this numerous times while taking them apart, so that's my request. So if you're watching, hello, and I hope this video is to your liking. And yeah, so like I said, I know nothing about the internals, but I do know that the 90s Furbies can just wake up randomly, especially if they've been knocked off during the day and not woken up, and it's likely that then, like sometime in the future, like a few hours or perhaps a day later or something, they will just randomly wake up for no reason at all, other than you dropped it or it fell or it got moved, and then it's just kind of set everything off inside it. So but yeah, so the I found also the Furby Booms, and this also applies to the 2012 the Crystal. They can, when the batteries are going a little bit, they'll sort of lean forward and backwards, and then they'll kind of get stuck leaning backwards. And I tend to just leave them, and they do unstick and just behave properly. But yeah, if you take a battery out and put it back in with these guys, it can fix that. Or just put fresh batteries in. That also works. So that's them. Now, I'm only going by what I'm aware of. Mine haven't had that many glitches. I know other people have had way more glitches than me, so I can only really talk about the things I know about. I have not researched this. This is just a general help video, in the hopes that it will help for most problems. Furby Connects, again, they have similar issues to the Booms because of the LEDs and the similar circuit board and stuff like that, and they're less kind of like prone to freezing in place than the Booms, but they still, the eyes can get frozen shut. Like they'll be talking and the eyes will just close, and they'll carry on talking and they'll stop blinking. Generally, I found with mine, it just, like when it moves a little bit more, it kind of like, the eyes unstick. Someone pointed out that my Coral Furby does not have, its beak doesn't open quite as wide as the others. I've not really noticed. Or maybe I have, actually. I can't really remember. I've got so many Furbies. I've got like 31 of them. So I kind of like don't notice certain things. But it's not given the Furby any issues, and it could just be something with the moulding of the plastic of the beak or the things it's joined to or whatever. But it hasn't really stopped the Furby from doing its thing. But another thing with the Furby Connects, because they're so fluffy, sometimes the fur can get caught in the beak mechanism, so the beak doesn't close properly. And you can just get a pair of small scissors, like nail scissors or something, and just trim a little bit around the beak to sort of free it up. As you can see with the others, the beaks on the Furby Boom and the 90s Furby are fairly similar, and the fur is a little bit shorter. And even on the 90s Furby, with slightly longer fur, you can see it's got plastic around the beak, so the fur doesn't get too close to it, which is also quite a good design thing. As you can see on the Furby Connect, they've decided to get rid of the plastic faceplate and just have a little bit of plastic around the eyes to try and make it look more organic. And it does work very well, but of course the fur does get caught in the beak as it moves. So I don't know if I've repeated anything in my last video, or if I've Maybe touched upon a few new things, as Sean said, the glitches I had not talked about before for the boom, so thank you for that, Sean. If anyone else has any sort of glitches or glitch fixes or anything like that, put them in the comments, because people read the comments. They do. They come to these videos, and if they can't find what they're looking for, it's likely they'll read the comments. So if you have any things that you've done to fix problems, or you have any info yourself, leave a comment in the description, in the comment area, because people will read it, and maybe you'll help some people out, which is also good. We are a community after all. So that's all I have to say really about this. As always, you can check out my Etsy and New Monday stores. I do plushies and take commissions and do other artwork, and yes, Furby related stuff as well. Or buy me a coffee on Ko-fi if you find my videos useful or helpful. Any tips, really appreciated, because I am a freelance artist working from home, and I'm also a full-time carer for my mom as well. So that's all. So stay safe, stay healthy, and keep being awesome. This is Silverwolf signing off.